my noble band of outlaws, Outlaw Samurai, coming at you live with a video in my new gi, complete with Outlaw Samurai approved headwear. Today is the cutting video for the Dragon King Spring Sakura katana. This may actually be the shortest katana I own. Now, without further ado, don'ts and probably shouldn't, let's get started. Three, two, one. Very nice. Cut very cleanly. So you can see, I didn't get all the way in. That was just mainly a Kasaki cut. Well, isn't this starting to prove to be rather interesting? This sword definitely shares the same beast-like cutting qualities as her older brother. Or should I say her big sister, since all swords are she's. Rather impressive. Ascending cuts are not easy to do. Blade is still perfectly straight. Now, I know that the Dragon King Winter Sun katana is straight, but because it has a bent tsuba, whenever I look at it sometimes, it seems off-center. So I have this weird thing where I just can't help but have to double check or even sometimes triple check to make sure that my Dragon King swords are straight. Nothing loosened up, everything's still as tight as it was. The edge has suffered no dulling whatsoever, not even a micro dull. Which, honestly, cutting Lipton water bottles shouldn't dull the blade at all, really. But you never know. That was bad edge alignment on my part. Damn, this thing's shiny. Now, the Powerade bottles do have relatively thick plastic. So as I'm looking this sword over, no scratches whatsoever from the water bottles. I assume that was the same with the Winter Sun. I don't entirely remember. But it's obviously been a while since I've done draw cuts. I don't know why, but I tend to lose my grip for an instant when I'm swinging the sword, and that's on me, not on the Ito. This Ito is ridiculously hard to move. So I suppose it is just ever so slippery. But yeah. I'm trying to perform a double cut. But the bottles are just not cooperating with me. A little bit of a reverse baton. So that has been the cutting video for the Dragon King Spring Sakura Katana. Final thoughts. Very nice, light, easy to whip around sword. Definitely does not require a whole lot of strength to properly wield it, given the fact that I'm able to pretty much dead stop it with my hand. All in all, it has some very nice cutting ability for just a little tiny sword this big. I'm going to bring it up to the camera for some beauty shots before I go. As you can see here, outside in the daylight and in much better light, the intricate detailing on the tsuba. Even the little leaves on the bottom of the tsuba give it that very much Sakura blossom motif. And here we have the Minuki, both of which are flowers. The spring Sakura shares the same Fushi and Kashira as its elder sister, but with a slightly smaller tsuba. You can see. But I can see the blade itself is very flat. Now, here's the thing though. Dragon King is selling the on Cult of Athena. This sells for around $400. That's what I'm paying for mine. In my personal opinion, do I believe this sword is worth $400 of your money? Yes and no. Yes, because it is, as we saw, a very good cutter. I didn't really need to put as much power as I did into some of those swings. Admittedly, I tend to overpower my swings just because of, well, documented past failures. But the no aspect comes into play, as in the size. This is really no different in size to some of the $50 katanas you can buy offline, or some of the shorter ones that you can get off of Amazon and places. Now don't get me wrong, this is a far, far, far higher quality than anything you'll get on Amazon. Now it looks like there's a blemish in the polish of this thing near the habaki. But this is far, far, far higher quality than anything you'll find on Amazon's. 5 stars all the way from me. Well, 4.9, just because I think the sword could be sold for about $100 cheaper than what it is, just because you're getting a shorter sword. You're still paying for the Dragon King quality and everything. That hasn't changed. But I do believe this sword should be about $100 cheaper. But you'll find out my full beliefs once I've done the review. So until next time, my noble band of outlaws, Outlaw Samurai, tells all y'all, be crazy rednecks, be safe in using your weapons, and I hope I've managed to cut this down to below 10 minutes. I'm out. Peace.